But then the minute I catch Elmo, I'm seeing Roberto stab, 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 push, clink, clink, bang, cut. Yes. Okay. With this, I had Tim Blakely, who was my trainer, who worked with me for months in advance. And I really did enjoy it. I love when there's an opportunity to work hard. Like, it's not, there's no way around it. You've just got to put the hours in over a vast amount of time and you get the results. So that was something that I enjoyed. We put a huge amount of work into it.
Stunt work is a very highly responsible job. And I found a stunt lady who did all my stunts on Napoleon, and I took her onto Gladiator 2. She's very good. I'll tell them what I want, then they will go do it. Then they'll say, come and have a look. Then I'll input, and then that's it for the day. And then we'll shoot that 2 or 3 days after that, because then they'll sharpen it up. And sometimes, rarely, but sometimes I'll say, I think the stunt's too dangerous. I won't risk anybody. I say it's a bit dodgy, I don't like that. So we discuss it.
So Gladiator 2 opens in the city of Numidia, and we shot the movie in Morocco, just on the edge of the Sahara Desert. It's the same location Ridley had shot before in the Kingdom of Heaven, and essentially the set had a reboot and a rebrand, and was used in situ. The scale of what was shot was just phenomenal. There must have been 2,500 people on set. We had these gigantic boats that had been built and were operated on 50 wheels, pushing into the wall of this huge structure, water spilling over the top, people falling off, fire being shot over the horizon. It was absolutely phenomenal, and most people could not believe that what they were seeing.
So I was actually I was commanding one of the bridges, and there's a lot of work that goes. Obviously, once you're on one of these boats, you've got nearly 80, 90, up to 100 men on this boat. It had to be very choreographed because there's a lot of equipment there, and there's a lot of things that can go wrong. So the dents line, as the ships are moving, we're forming a dents line. And its archers ready, and at the what Ridley calls an armadillo, and it works like an armadillo. Its armour comes up, and then when you say archers ready, the armour comes down, and the archers come up, fire their arrows, they come down, and the armour comes back up again. It's a very finely tuned, choreographed movement, which looks very impressive.
Morocco was kind of a blur. It's a big, huge action sequence at the top of the film that I think is definitely one of the best that Ridley's ever put to film, but also I think it stands up there with kind of any kind of period battle scene that I've ever seen, certainly.
I can see the wall and all the soldiers and all of the people that were invading, and there's just hundreds of extras, and it's all like start to finish. Once he says action, all of these moving parts playing out right before you, and you're not making any of it up in your head. It's all there. There's an incredible stunt team, the most talented I've seen, and I've been around such incredible stunt teams, and a lot of fight choreography. Yeah, a lot of physical fighting, some of it very, very, very specifically rehearsed, and some of it created very spontaneously on the fly and in the moment, because of how brilliant our stuntmen are and how quickly they can teach you something and perform something.
Want to do it?
I'd love to do it.
Okay, here we go. Actually, the most challenging thing was, how do I do the baboons? The baboon is about 40 pounds of solid muscle. Can you hang from that beam for 2 hours? He could, you can't. So he could rip your arm off, right? So I wanted 12 baboons to decimate the people, and the survivors would become gladiators. That's how Paul gets bought. So I talked to my stunt guy, said, listen, it's got to have to be very short stuntmen, like, 5'5", short if you can, and I want them in black tights, all black. And I looked at them, and they almost looked comical, so I painted masks on them looking like a bloody baboon. And then she did a very good, interesting trick, because the baboons are on all fours. She gave them all short crutches under the armpit, were running around on short crutches, so you have the full movement of a baboon. So we could go into full-bore, hardcore battle with my men being attacked by these baboons. And so from that, digitally, you separate the actual movement physically of the actor, and you use your baboon in black tights to actually transpose into being a real furry baboon.
I'm looking at him.
No, he's looking.
I think gets closer.
Yeah.
Look at him and charge.
We were very aware of the audience's expectations, and to return to the arena, it couldn't be same old thing. So there's no better person in the world to have the discussion with than Ridley Scott about how do we up our game. There was always lingering, a rhino would be great. Ridley started doing sketches. How about the alpha gladiator of that time comes riding in, standing on a rhino? That was going to be another fight that you've never seen before.
Ridley wanted the rhino fight that he wanted in the first one but never got.
I hope he's got good brakes. He's got good brakes? You mean his safety belt on? I think I maybe had the first rhino in the arena, but they had everything in there that was dangerous. So let's go A to Z. A, hold lines, spread out, they spread out. He goes, fuck that, challenges the rhino, it chases him, ends up taking me to where he gets slipped. Follow here goes down, the rhino hits him and throws him.